Hey.
Hi, Roisin, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan from Irish Students Against Fascism. You have a few minutes to talk, yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, first off, thanks very much for the work you've done so far. But
No bother.
that was very good work. That was you with Barrett and the milkshake, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, it felt so good. Like, honestly, like, amazing.
Yeah, like it's the small things. Like we can, obviously coming from an anti-fascist perspective, we can go after their employers and whatever, but that is the most satisfying aspect, the sort of small things. But yeah, who we are and what we're doing. We're a group of sort of left Republicans, sort of like left types, and we're active on sort of campuses around Ireland, north and south. And what we're specifically doing is building a database, building a network in sort of civil society and among journalists, and accumulating names, accumulating info, getting meetings wherever possible shut down, approaching employers and creating a sort of like a network between like journalists, civil societies, and whatever to like nip these people in the bud. And obviously, you guys and sort of NUIG and Galway, you seem to have a sort of great network, and we really want to sort of integrate and sort of cross-pollinate with what you guys do about NOGRA and whatever. But that's what we do and what we aspire to do. I think we have to have a blog up to sort of have individual pages for each sort of fascist activist, and just link to their sort of employers, and just basically harass these people, and maybe if it's a case to get physical with these people, do so. But yeah, that's basically what we're aspiring to do.
See this like database or whatever you have of like the far right activists.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, do you have many? Like, if you don't have, like, do you want me and like obviously whoever else you're involved with to like send you on people as well?
Yeah, so centralise it, centralise in a blog, share it around to sort of local activists. So like in Queens, for example, we have a few guys involved sort of loyalism, the more extreme loyalism, and obviously make them famous, pass on to employers, whatever. But what sort of contacts would you have out in sort of NUIG and at sort of Galway?
What do you mean?
In the sort of anti-racist scene?
Oh, I'm regularly in, and
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
So pretty good contact.
Okay, it's if you're still on speaking terms, but obviously Ógra, Sinn Féin, like for ourselves, we've contacts with more sort of physical force Republican types. But would you yourself and NUIG Ógra, would they have like people you could call if it gets physical?
Yeah, defo.
Okay. Obviously, if you want to send them out about sort of getting in contact with us about like maybe having these people on speed dial, just if need be.
Yeah.
So if you want to spread the word to them, just like on the grapevine, because obviously,
will do.
Just in terms of people, like what kind of, like what I assume dissident Republican or Republican physical force types.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's enough. Grant, if you want to spread the word in the grapevine, but
okay, yeah, I will.
Obviously, you mentioned be very interested in sort of getting in contact with him. I think great sort of organisation we'd love to work with.
Yeah.
But you're happy to sort of pass on names or help us sort of like we're working with a few groups to sort of centralise a lot of work we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to help us out, but well, hopefully.
I know him. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not very. He's like all talk though, isn't he?
He does some good research. He did a very good Twitter thread, but I know if only that, or just like getting info on people.
Yeah.
Just you mentioned sort of projects that like Ógra are planning out in NUIG. What would they be?
Yes, like just like this isn't a type, but we're gonna do a sit-in. It's just I don't know if you heard like the gym in NUI Galway, like it just like is a complete rip-off. So we're gonna do a sit-in, and we're actually gonna, like, obviously low key, but we're planning on occupying a house.
Okay.
Like, we have, yeah.
Okay, that's...
Stay tuned.
Okay, and on the more sort of anti-fascist, anti-racist scene, are you of any sort of actions planned, or?
No, we're not planned. Like, it kind of just, like, you see, we're getting, like, we're doing a big protest outside Noel Grealish's office. But, like, it's just kind of play it by ear, you know?
Yeah, it's unfortunately, like, something will come.
Like, you know, milkshake at the hand.
Yeah, it's, where did you actually get the milkshake? Was it actually there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they've horrible bathrooms, but you know, they'd be useful for something.
Yeah.
But how many guys would you guys have on hand, just numbers wise, between Ogra altogether?
Oh, in Galway Ogra we have like 20 to 30, and like there's loads, and there's about 20 active, but like on a broader spectrum there's like 100.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Like that's a good phone book. In terms of any contacts in journalism, I know you yourself, after sort of harassment you got with the far right, you were in contact with. Would you have any sort of? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Would you have any contacts with sort of journalism? Like we're standing out sort of like lines, you know, solid left voices in sort of journalism ourselves.
Yeah, well, that's the one that's on that story about me after his milkshake, and like he's actually a really nice man. He's really kind. He'd be sympathetic, like anti-racism and stuff. And my best friend's actually doing a master's in journalism, so she's always like looking for stories.
Yeah, just like for ourselves, we've a few stories that we're looking to break, a few projects we're running. But what's the name of those two journalists? Just so if they're solid.
One of them, so I can send you his name and like his profile and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other one.
Okay, yeah. If you want to send my name or say that there's a potential relationship between us and them that we could cultivate. Like we have a few student journalists that we're getting involved with. But any names, any journalists, any people in civil society, I think I'm hoping to reach out with the.
Yeah.
Lucy.
You got his number? I'm in contact with him.
I was talking over Twitter, but if you want to send it on and message him that we're looking to have a phone call, I think.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we're just working with a few sort of student groups, are very solid, just for reference.
Yeah, good. There's a few blue shirts in there, like.
Yeah, there's a few liberals, but there's a few solid. I won't mention names, but there are a few solid left people that are helping out. But in terms of any other names or resources, obviously put us in contact to any sort of more physical force types, put it that way. Certainly put us in contact with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to him on Twitter, and just any sort of those two journalists, anything, and obviously Ireland is a small country that we can kind of like mobilise sort of civil society against them. Obviously, in anti-fascism we can do the illegal stuff that journalists can't, but
I'll definitely keep in contact.
Yeah, cool. Anything we can do for you, or?
Not at the minute, but sure, I'll let you know.
Okay, we've a few lads hanging around sort of NUIG, but if need be, like if there's another fascist event, So any names, numbers, contacts.
Oh yeah, what was that event?
But just of course, like ethically, you guys in Ogra are okay with getting physical with people, like.
Yeah.
Okay. So send on those names. I'm sure we'll be in contact again. We got to talk rather, but anything we can do for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Hey, pleasure talking to you anyway.
You too. Good chat.
Cool. Send on any names, numbers, any ideas. Obviously, any friends in journalism, we're happy to reach out to as a conduit.
Yeah.
But pleasure talking to.
Okay.
Hey.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.